yourself as a journalist then?
I don't have to, ma'am. This is the United States of America. No, I don't, ma'am.
I think you need to review the laws.
Maybe you need to review the laws.
Nope. Walk away.
How about that, huh?
Go on.
I don't have to.
Go on.
I actually can stay here if I want.
You're actually in the roadway, so.
Because you put me against the car.
What is your name?
I don't need to give out that. I didn't commit no crime.
How do I know that?
You don't need to know that. I know that.
What do you need?
I need your driver's license.
No, I'm not. I didn't commit any crimes. I didn't commit a crime.
You were flicking me off.
I'm just trying to take a walk. Am I being detained?
You have an ID on.
Am I being detained?
You're not being detained, sir.
Thank
I'm
you.
asking you for your ID.
And I refuse. I don't have to, sir.
Welcome back to CT3, where we highlight clips and I'll recap with a few educational pointers to ensure your rights aren't violated on your next encounter with a cop.
All right. I'm all right.
What are you doing over here?
Videotaping
What are you videotaping?
facility.
Why are you videotaping the facility?
It's my own purposes.
So, what's going on?
I don't answer questions.
Do you have any ID on your bud?
I don't answer questions.
Okay, we got a call for a suspicious person, okay? Because this is kind of suspicious behavior.
Okay, what crime do you suspect me of committing?
So, alright, before we act stupid, okay? Let's just talk about when you're standing in front of a facility that's a government building, and you're filming it like that, you caught the attention of the security guards, right? There might be some cause for concern for who you are and if you intend to do anybody any harm over here.
Well, I have no ill will.
Alright, well I can't take your word for it, okay?
Okay.
So what I'm going to do is I'm going to ask you to identify yourself.
Well, do you know that we're standing in a public property?
That's fantastic.
And
I'm
unless
the
you're,
police, okay?
I understand.
I'm investigating something right now.
Okay,
I'm on
so am I.
public Service, okay?
So am I.
What are you investigating?
I'm a private investigative journalist gathering content for a story. And you should know that unless I'm being suspected of a crime, I don't have to provide ID.
Well, until I can determine that you are not committing a crime, I'm going to ask you for your ID.
Well, I think I'm gonna have to decline to that, ma'am. Do you have a what's your name and badge number?
You can decline. It's on my chest.
What's your name? I don't see your name in your chest.
Well, you haven't identified yourself to me either. So
I don't
we'll
have
get
to,
there
ma'am.
when we
You're a
get there.
government official. You're entitled to identify
That's
yourself.
Fantastic. What I'm
What's your
gonna
name
do
and badge
is,
number?
If you do not identify yourself to me,
Yes.
and we continue to do this,
Yes.
and you tie me up,
Yes.
okay? Let's not make a bigger thing than we have to.
It's not. I'm just doing a lawfully protected.
Can you identify yourself as a journalist then?
I don't have to, ma'am. This is the United States of America. No, I don't,
I
ma'am.
think you need to review the laws.
Maybe you need to review the laws.
Nope.
Maybe you need to review the laws, ma'am.
Okay. What's gonna happen?
Do you have a
is-
supervisor?
What's gonna happen is you're gonna identify yourself. If you choose not to identify yourself, because now I've asked you about 4 times already,
Not gonna happen.
then this is gonna rise to the level of obstruction of justice because I have to figure out
What
what's going
crime?
on.
What crime do you
You
suspect
won't tell
me?
me what you're doing here.
I already
Your
told you, ma'am.
behavior is highly suspicious.
I already told you,
There's
ma'am.
No, you're not explaining.
Can I speak to your
anything. And
supervisor?
If you simply identify yourself
Well, ma'am,
and explain what's going on here, then we don't have an issue.
I already
but I'm
told
gonna
you.
start to get aggravated
Well-
if you take up more of my time today. Do you understand?
well, ma'am,
Okay.
you're taking time for yourself. I'm a public citizen. I'm on a public sidewalk recording a public building. Unless you're suspecting me of committing any crimes, then I suggest for you to treat me. Ma'am, don't put your hands on me. Ma'am, don't put your hands on me. There.
You down for my safety.
Why are you, ma'am? Why are you? Am I being
Put
detained?
that down. You
Ma'am.
can't have anything in your hands right now. Put that down. I'm ordering you to put
I
that
do
out
not
of
consent to
your
any
hand.
seizures or searches.
Drop that out of your hand now.
I do not consent to any seizures or searches.
That's fine. You don't have to.
What crime do you suspect me of committing?
Phone down. I don't want anything
What
to do with
time?
this
What
right now.
crime?
My safety.
Am I being
I'm asking
detained?
you to put that down.
She's patting you down for
I'm
weapons.
not
No
asking
problem.
you. I'm telling you.
Down for weapons.
This is an illegal detention. What you're doing right now? Yes, it is, because I am a private citizen gathering content for a story, and you guys are harassing me. I will file a formal complaint on you, ma'am. I guarantee you, you're gonna leave here before I do, and you're not gonna get my ID. I guarantee you, and you're burning me with your engine. You're burning me with your engine in my hand.
Can I call you? Have a seat right now.
I'm not having a seat.
Okay. I'm gonna
I am a
keep- I
private
want anything in
citizen.
your hands right now.
You
Okay?
guys,
Understand?
you guys are
I'm over
violating
here
my
on the
rights.
seat.
You guys are violating my rights. I have not crossed any. What's your name and badge number, sir? What's your name?
Have a seat.
Nobody's identifying themselves. I'm holding my phone because this is for my safety, ma'am.
Hold your phone, have a seat.
This is for my safety. Do you have any body cams?
Have a seat.
I cannot believe this. I cannot believe this. You failed to identify yourself as a government official. I demand for you to contact your supervisor right away.
I'm her supervisor.
You're her supervisor, sir. What's your name and badge number, sir?
Badge 422. You can read it yourself.
Okay, and what's your last name, sir?
Listen to me. What are you doing here today?
Sir, well, right now what we're doing is wasting our taxpayers' money and harassing good citizen that's only gathering some content for a story. There's no reason for you guys to put your hands on me and search me and do what you do because this is not Nazi Germany. This is the United States of America. And I will be filing a formal complaint on you and you will be hearing from me. I promise. Sir?
Do you have an ID on
Sir?
you?
I do have an ID. I don't have it on me, and with all due respect, you should know that unless I'm being suspected of a crime, I do not have to provide that information. On the other hand, you guys have failed all to provide me with your name.
Where'd you park your vehicle?
Ma'am, that's none of your concern.
No, it really is my
That's
concern.
none of your concern.
Exactly my
This is the
concern.
United. You guys do. Listen, you guys do whatever you guys want. They have to do then.
Sir, what's your name?
I'm not answering questions.
I've asked him 20 times.
Okay. We can do this very simply. We just want to make sure, verify who you are, okay? What you're doing is engaging in suspicious activity. We got called here.
So I'm being detained.
We're
Yes.
talking
Am
to
I
you.
being
Yes.
detained?
Yes.
Yes, you're being
Under
detained.
suspicion of what crime?
We're investigating that right now.
Then you have no authority of
Well,
detaining me.
well, see, the
This
thing-
should be a
When did you go to law
consensual.
school,
This
sir?
should be a consensual conversation. No, what's your name and badge number, sir?
Here's the thing.
Listen, you don't speak for him. What's your name and badge number?
Officer Quali,
Can we?
badge 490.
I appreciate that, sir.
Okay. So listen, I'm asking what your name is, okay?
Not gonna happen.
Okay.
So you guys go ahead and do whatever you need to do. I'm not gonna answer any more questions. I will be contacting my lawyers for what you guys just did to me. This is invasion of my privacy. This is invasion of my rights. You guys are putting your hands in my pocket. I did not consent to any seizures or searches, and you guys will be hearing from me. I promise you.
Stand by for
I
me, I'll talk to you.
promise you. I promise all of you. Thank you for identifying yourself, sir. The only one that's done it since I've been here. I've been illegally detained for absolutely no reason. And this lady right here, which I don't know her name yet, 516, will be hearing from me. And I'm sure you guys have a captain
right
for the
now.
internal affairs that's gonna want to have a talk about this. I promise you. I promise you. You have illegally detained me. You put my hand in that burning hood. You're gonna hear from me.
I think you like this attention right
No, you guys are wasting our money. You guys work for the
You're
people.
wasting my time.
No, well then leave. You're free to go. You're dismissed. Because what? We pay for your salary. And you need to stand away from me because
I
you're
pay my salary. all right?
you pay your salary? As
What's
far as
going
I
on
know,
here is that
as far as
you
I
can-
know,
you'd be
we
free to
pay
leave.
for your
You'd
salary.
be free to leave
We-
if you were willing to be a
I
normal
will be
person
free
and
to
have a
leave,
conversation
and I'm not gonna
and prove
comply
that
with
it's
you
not-
because you are a jerk. Okay?
Jerk.
Yes. There's other ways of approaching people, and I'm not a criminal for you guys to be treating me like
start
this.
screaming and
Okay?
swearing on the sidewalk.
Well, apparently you would do the same thing if somebody approaches you demanding stuff from you after you haven't done absolutely nothing.
You're filming at a restricted area. They have legitimate concerns about why you're over here.
They can have whatever
why- that's
concerns,
why you-
and you guys should be professional enough to post up over here and ask people whatever it is that you need to ask in a nicely manner, not aggressive manner like the unidentified
the
officer
first
over
6
here
times.
does. Well, I don't know you, but I appreciate you identifying yourself.
Maybe we can start over.
I would definitely, yes, I would definitely speak to you, sir. What was your name again? Laquali. Okay, well, sir, I appreciate you identifying yourself as as your duties, demand. Yes.
They said they asked you what you were doing, right? They assumed you were filming the property.
I am.
Okay, you can't film the property.
Then that's
That's why we're here.
That's not.
That's the only reason why.
I am going to have to disagree with you, sir, because this is a public sidewalk.
What's the
Sir, do
reason
me a favor,
why?
stand up,
what's the
please. You're under arrest.
I'm under arrest.
Stand up.
Oh, for what crime?
Right now, disorderly conduct.
Sir, I
You
have.
can argue that in court. You have the right to remain silent. I suggest you exercise.
How? What? How is it? I'm talking to you guys. You guys have illegally detained me. This is not.
When you go to law school, you can argue that in
Sir,
court.
sir, this is not right.
This is exactly why people film the police, because when there's no camera, there's no accountability. And this officer's behavior is the perfect example. From the very start, she had no legal grounds to stop the cameraman. He was standing on a public sidewalk, filming a public building, engaging in clearly protected First Amendment activity. But instead of respecting his rights, she tried to turn a lawful act into a crime. Demanding ID without reasonable suspicion, that's unconstitutional. Refusing to identify herself as a government official, also unacceptable. Physically grabbing him and pressing his hand against a hot engine, that's not just illegal, that's assault. Even after Citizen calmly and repeatedly asked what crime he was suspected of, she had no answer. Because there was no crime. The only officer who acted professionally was the one who eventually identified himself and tried to speak reasonably. But by then, the damage was done. She had no right to detain him, no right to search him, no right to lay a finger on him, and yes, she will be hearing from him. What we saw here was a textbook civil rights violation. Let's keep going.
What's going on?
Big hands out of your pocket.
Hey, come here, talk to me.
Don't approach me. Don't approach me. Don't approach me.
Put your hands up on the car.
I haven't broken the law. Exercising my rights in public. You have no right to touch me.
Okay,
Yes, I
what's
do.
going
I'm patting you,
on?
patting you down the weapon.
This officer violating my rights.
No, I'm not. I'm
Yes, he
patting you
is.
down the
Okay,
weapon.
hang on. Hang on. What's going on
What's
with
your name
you?
and badge number, ma'am? Identify yourself since you want to go hands on.
I'm Sergeant Wild. What is your name?
What's your name and badge number, ma'am?
I'm asking you a question.
What's your name and badge number? Are you not going to identify yourself?
I am. You need to identify
E-hands.
yourself.
What's your badge number? E-hands. Okay, be respectful.
What is your name? You got an ID on you?
Am I being detained for a crime?
We're investigating. We got called on you. Okay.
How about you guys disperse and get up out of here?
Okay.
Why would we do that?
Because you have no reason to be here.
Yes, we do.
Yes, we do. We got a call
You're
on
hanging
you.
around the sheriff's office here, okay? We got a complaint to find out what's going on. I come up to talk to you, and you take off running. So yes, that's very suspicious.
Not illegal.
I didn't say it was illegal. I said it was suspicious. I try to talk to you, and you won't talk to me. So tell me what's going on.
Right now, what I need you to do is get from behind me and go back into your vehicle.
I don't have to do that.
Well, I'm gonna go and walk away then.
Then walk away. How about that? Walk away.
How about that, huh?
Go on.
I don't have to.
Go on.
I actually can stay here if I want.
You're actually in the roadway, so.
Because you put me against the car.
Oh, no, we didn't. You stepped over here towards me.
He did not move me. He didn't move me.
Okay, how about you get out of the roadway?
I'll get out
on
the
the
roadway.
sidewalk.
I'll definitely get out the roadway. Not an issue there. But y'all pushed me against the car.
Okay, keep moving.
I don't have to keep moving. I haven't broken the law.
Do what?
I haven't broken the law. Ma'am, do yourself a favor. Go back in your patrol car.
You're not telling me what to do. Very simple.
I am telling you what to do.
Yeah.
Well, good
Because
thing we don't have to listen to you, right?
I mean, you're wasting tax dollars, so
On you. You're right.
that's your fault.
Absolutely.
You chose to be here.
No, we
No,
didn't.
we
got
didn't.
called.
We got called.
I was
on you
minding
because
my-
somebody thought it was very suspicious that you were hanging around the sheriff's office over here.
Which is funded by our tax dollars, right?
Oh, do you pay taxes?
I sure do.
I'm
I
sure
pay a
you
lot
do.
more than you think, too.
Oh, I'm sure.
I pay a lot more taxes than you think.
I'm sure you do.
E-hands, do yourself a favor. Go back in your
You're
car
not going to tell me when I can leave and when I can't leave.
actually, I'm going to tell you when you
Well,
can
guess
leave.
what? I don't have to listen to you.
Well, I guess we're going to be here all day then, huh? I got nothing but... I don't care either.
Are you intoxicated? You sound like you're intoxicated or
Are you
illegal
making false...
substances.
Are you making false
I'm asking
accusations?
you.
Are you making false
I'm
allegations?
asking you.
Go
Are you
back to your
answering or not?
Nothing wrong with exercising your First Amendment rights in public. You guys came to me, bro. I was minding
What's the First Amendment?
freedom of press.
Okay, what are you...
Right now, I'm recording you guys
And for?
That's good.
Because
We're
I-
recording you too.
because you guys are funded by tax dollars.
You're right. That's
Right,
very
and we're
smart.
doing our job.
Well, how about, since there's no crime happening here, how about you guys
Well,
disperse?
that's what we're trying to figure out.
Well,
because
I've
we got called
already
on you.
explained it to you.
We
There's
got
no
called on you. You don't need to explain nothing to us.
Don't you want to ask for? You're stupid. Get out of my sight now.
For what?
Well, I can't do nothing to you because I'll go to jail. So get out.
Exactly.
Yeah, because you got that badge.
That's right.
You got that badge. That badge is the only thing that's making you stand here right now. That's right. That badge.
I got called here, and I'm doing my job.
Well, now that there's no crime committed, how about get going?
I don't know if there's a crime committed because you will not identify yourself.
I don't have to give my ID to you.
Well, okay. So what is the deal? I asked you if you were intoxicated, and you didn't give me an answer.
I don't answer questions. How about that?
Oh, okay. How about that?
Yep. Well, I got none but time.
Super.
You guys can disperse at any time you want. What's your name and badge number?
It's written right there.
Written right there?
Mm-hmm.
Your name is right here?
Yep.
Can you pronounce it?
Borndam.
Badge number?
222.
Good job. You already identified yourself.
Yeah, I did.
Next time when I ask you for your identification,
We don't have to. Okay, so first of all,
what happened? When I ask you for ID, you give it to me, okay?
we don't have to.
How about you quit running your head? Do yourself a favor.
You're funded by tax dollars. It's your obligation to identify yourself. How do I know you're not in person? How do you know you're not fake police officers?
If you think we're impersonating, call the police.
Isn't it?
They'll tell you whether or not we are, right? Good. Yeah,
that's the whole
for that one, were you?
That's the whole point of identifying yourself,
That was a good
man. That was a, yeah, you got me there. I can't lie. I guess we're just gonna sit here and do nothing, or what?
No, we're waiting on an answer.
Answer?
Yep, from the sheriff's office. Once we get an answer from the sheriff's office, then we'll go from there.
I just want to let you know something. You can't trespass from the sheriff's department. It is public property.
10-4.
Funded by tax dollars.
Actually, it's not public property.
Who funds the sheriff's department?
This isn't the sheriff's
It doesn't
department.
matter who
This
funds
is operations
it. It's
center.
still
It's
private
still-
It's
property.
in Russ, Texas.
Why does it
It's just
say
like a
sheriff's
school,
department?
It's not public property either.
It's
School
still
is
funded by
public,
tax
it's
dollars.
private
I could be at the prison and it wouldn't matter. It's funded by our tax dollars. So am I being detained for a
Said you were in prison? What did you
I
say?
said it's like being on a prison property. It's still funded by tax dollars.
Yeah, that doesn't mean you can't be on prison property. Try it and see what happens. Try to get in there.
I've done a lot of things on a prison
Oh, I'm
property
sure.
before. I've exercised my rights on a prison property
Oh,
before.
I'm sure you have.
So, I don't know
Absolutely.
what. Oh, okay, I don't know what you're insinuating, but am I being detained for a crime?
I told you you could leave, so leave.
Okay, so I'm not detained. So
I
you
never
don't get.
said you were detained.
Okay, I just want to get that clarified. If I'm not detained, then I'm free to stay. I just want
No, if we're waiting on an answer to see if they want you criminally trespassed. If we do, then you're going to be criminally trespassed, and then you will leave the property. If not, you can stay here.
I am
By all
on.
means.
I'm on
You can
public.
stand right there too. I don't care where you stand.
So
but if
long-
they want you CT, it's not going to be here.
Oh, I'm gonna tell you something. I'm not detained, so you don't get my ID. The best thing you guys can do for yourself is to go back in your car and leave.
Okay.
I'm just being honest.
Well, I'm glad you think that. I don't know what you think.
Yeah. See. I'm so glad I do these audits.
Yeah, you're doing good.
I'm doing a very good job. Hey, you're gonna be the star of the show.
Thank you.
Yeah.
I appreciate it. That's a compliment. I like being a star.
Yeah, you say that now.
Star a lot of things.
I guess. Your attitude's a problem, man. That's
So
why.
is yours.
That's why there's a disconnect.
Yeah, I agree.
Yeah. So that's what I'm here for, to test out, to see if you guys respect my rights, and you failed miserably.
Thank you.
You know, the
You
other
can
police,
put it on my eval.
the other police.
Or you can look up the complaint form and write a complaint too.
I might do that.
Do it.
I might. Just not today.
Alright.
I got better things to do.
Me too.
So, I mean, you can leave.
I will whenever I get an answer.
You seem kind of bored.
I am.
You know, you
I'd
can,
rather be doing with real crime instead of
well, you
fake
can.
people like this
Well, you can leave.
who think they know the law.
I do know the law.
Oh, I'm sure you
I may
do.
not know all the laws. That I'll give you.
agree with that.
That I'll give you. But I know enough.
All right, Sheriff said you need to leave the property.
I am on the sidewalk.
Okay, and keep walking.
I'm on the sidewalk. This is not their property. How about you disperse, and when you guys leave, I'll leave.
How about you take Greg running your dumb mouth?
Why you gotta be so mean?
I'm not mean. You're just making a fool out of yourself.
You're calling me dumb.
So let's get something. I want you to understand something, okay?
Yep.
If you go back on the property over here, the sheriff's office property, that's the parking lot, their property, anywhere around there, okay? If we come back and see you there, you'll be arrested and you'll go to jail, okay? So don't do that.
I mean,
sidewalk's okay.
I mean, if you want a lawsuit, go ahead.
It's not about whether we want a lawsuit or not.
Saying,
it's about you're being criminally trespassed from that
from
property.
a public facility, man. It's not a public
facility.
What if I need to?
So can you walk in there right now?
Right now it's closed.
Exactly.
That don't mean
that means it's not open to the public right now. So
it is a public facility.
No, it's private property. Belongs to the county. That makes it private property.
Nah.
Yes, it does.
Who funds the county?
It doesn't matter who pays for it.
I pay taxes, so therefore I fund the county.
That has nothing to do with whether it's private property or not. That's what I'm trying to explain to you about the school, Walmart, all these where you go shopping. All these places are private property.
The school is funded by public, but I have no reason to be at a school. I don't test teacher about their rights. I test police about their rights. Yeah, and that's all I do, man.
I understand what you're doing out here.
And if you know I'm not breaking the law, why not just?
Okay, you were on private property. They wanted you to leave. You were suspicious. We came to check you out. You took off running. That's even more suspicious. Instead of just stopping and talking to me like I wanted you to, you decided to make this a bigger deal than what it is.
There's nothing wrong with exercising your rights in public. We all have our styles of doing it.
There's nothing wrong with me doing my job either, right?
I mean, there's a way about going about doing your job.
There is.
You're threatened to arrest me for going back on the sheriff's department.
I didn't threaten to arrest you.
You just said if I go on their property that I'll be arrested.
Yes, because you are being criminally trespassed from that property.
Which is funded by tax dollars.
Want you there.
Well, how about get the sheriff out here?
I don't have to get anybody out here.
Or a deputy sheriff.
I don't have to have a deputy out here. They told us we have the authority to do it, okay? It's within the city limits. Okay?
Whatever you say.
So I'm just letting you know, don't go back on the property, okay?
Good. So just understand, if you come back on the property, you're going to jail.
You're going to violate my rights?
I'm going to take you to jail.
You're going to violate my rights?
I'm going to take you to jail, I promise you that.
That's how we're going to do it. Okay. Well, you have a good day, okay?
Bye.
Bye-bye.
Don't make it any more difficult than what it already is, okay? Just don't go back.
I've already proven what I need to prove, bro. You guys don't respect the Constitution.
Like Floyd said, everyone has their own style of auditing, and I can respect it. Now, you may be asking, are the cops allowed to search you for their safety like that? They first must have reasonable articulable suspicion that you were involved in the crime. What they performed on News Now Omaha is known as the Terry Frisk, which is also known as the Stop and Frisk, which is a limited search conducted by law enforcement officers when they have reasonable articulable suspicion that a person may be armed and dangerous or involved in criminal activity. It's based on the Supreme Court case Terry v. Ohio in 1968. So here's how the Terry Frisk works. Before conducting a Terry Frisk, officers must have specific and articulable facts that lead them to believe that a person may be involved in criminal activity or armed and possesses a threat to their safety. The frisk is not a full search of the person and is limited to a pat-down of the outer clothing. Officers are allowed to feel for weapons that may be concealed and pose an immediate danger. The frisk should be brief and focused on the limited goal of ensuring the absence of weapons. Once that is achieved, the search is over. However, the egos of the two female law enforcement officers shows their true superiority over the men and women they are supposed to serve, which is why we have such a divide between law enforcement and the individuals of the public. Let's continue.
Were you at the e-cig store?
Hey, who?
The e-cig store for e-cigarettes? How old are you?
17.
You're 17? Where are you coming from?
The rec.
The what?
The rec.
The rec center?
Yeah.
What's your name?
Why?
Because I'm asking you for your name.
No, I don't have to give out my name.
Yeah, you do, because I'm investigating a suspicious person and you have to give me your name.
Suspicious ain't a crime, though.
Yeah, it is.
Being suspicious is a crime?
Yeah, if you're doing something, can you just step off away from the road? These people drive crazy.
Well, I had a feeling y'all was gonna come.
So what?
I had a feeling y'all was gonna come bother me once I seen you. I came from the wreck.
Because I was looking right at you.
I just came from the wreck.
Okay. What is your name?
I don't need to give out that. I didn't commit no crime.
How do I know that?
You don't need to know that. I know that. Can you call your sergeant?
I don't need to call my sergeant.
Yes, you do.
For what?
Because you got to. It's your policy. You better do it. That's the thing.
Okay.
But I know the law. I'm not dumb.
I didn't say you were dumb.
Then why are you trying to play me for stupid?
I'm not.
Then call your sergeant.
You want to talk to my sergeant?
Call your sergeant.
For what reason?
Because I asked you. That's your policy, ain't it?
No.
Yes, it is. You want to tell me that for real? Are you sure?
Yeah.
100%. What's your badge number?
246.
What's your name?
Cummings, right here. All right.
Y'all bugging, bro. I ain't do a damn thing.
That's fine. I'm just telling you, somebody called about someone that somewhat matches their description, but I
What
see your
store did you
pants
say
are blue.
again, please?
So what?
What store did you say?
The E6 store? Fort Morgan E6
And
store.
where's it at?
It's on this road. A little further down.
I came from that away.
Okay, I believe you.
Then why you keep questioning me if I haven't done nothing?
Well, now that I'm looking at your pants, I see they're black, and I was told they were blue pants, so I mean, no reason to get all hyped up with me.
Nah, I just asked you why you
Okay, do you still want to speak with my sergeant?
Am I free to go?
Yeah, I'm gonna give you my card. Okay. My sergeant's name, I'm gonna write it on here for you, okay? So you can reach out to him if you need to. Where are you from?
Don't worry about that. I'm not from out here.
All right. Well, I'm not from out here either.
And it's all bothering me. Let me get the car.
Here's my card.
Thank you.
Okay, sir. You have a good day.
Yup.
So this cop tells 2 lies within 10 seconds. The first lie, she said that the individual has to give his name because she's investigating a suspicious person. And then the second lie, she said being suspicious is a crime. Wow. Much respect to this young man for knowing his rights. And since when did calmly exercising your rights turn into being all hyped up like she claimed he was? Her ego was obviously bruised, but understanding your rights empowers you to protect your individual liberties. By being aware of your rights, you can assert and defend them when necessary, ensuring that your freedoms are not infringed upon, like this young man displayed here. I guarantee that if he didn't ask for her supervisor, the repercussions of what to come would have not came to her mind, and she would have most likely violated this young man's rights. Remember, you must be suspicious of a crime that the cops can articulate with facts before you begin to lose your ground. A call for a suspicious person is not going to cut it, ma'am. Sorry.
Why is that, bruh? If it's a crime scene, that'd be tape, bruh. No, you don't give me orders, man. Try again. You gonna put up tape or something?
Don't walk this way. Walk that way.
You. How about that? Don't tell me which way to go. Be nice. If you have a crime scene, you walked up on me. What do you mean?
Because you're in a crime scene.
I can't tell. I don't see any tape. You have a crime
Police car right here.
scene. Watch your mouth. You're a public servant.
Okay.
You're not allowed to curse at the public. Yeah?
Say what I want.
Excuse me?
First of all, don't walk this way.
Blow me. How about that? Blow me. If you this is crime scene, do what the law says. Put up tape. You don't curse and say there's a car in the street. I'm not driving. If you want to cut off the sidewalk, you put up tape, bro. That's the law. Yeah?
You want to know what they're doing? They got canines out. You want to get bit by a dog?
I do not, but I appreciate you. Absolutely. You're courteous. Absolutely. No problem. Teach this knucklehead, bro. Teach this goof.
Look, man, I don't want you to get bit by a dog or anything like that.
I ain't been bit. I haven't been bit since I was about 4, but thank you. I do not want to get bit again. I'm not going to go that. I'm not going to go that way. But you were courteous. You're man. Why you can't tell dude to be courteous like that? It don't matter. You supposed to report his misdeeds, Joe. That's under your policy, yeah?
I'll take care of it.
You'll take care of it. All right. Good luck with that, bro.
Name and badge number?
Look at this prick.
I can't read. You can read it.
Look at this prick.
I can't read.
Really? Nobody gonna tell him he's supposed to verbalize that idea himself? Right. Why do that, Joe? I'm from Chicago. I'm not even from around here. You could have made your department look good today. You could have made your department look good today. I'll be going back to Chicago talking about how cool you is. Instead, I'm gonna talk about the young tough guy that stand up. It's the car in the street. You ain't tough. You ain't seen tough. You ain't tough. Look at me. You ain't tough. Nothing like it. You got gangbanging buddies, that's all. You ain't tough. And you ain't smart because you wouldn't curse at the public. You are not tough. Blow me. You are not tough. All right, I'm finna go around and cut through an alley or something, Joe. You cats have a nice day. Train this cat. Train him. Everybody else is looking good. This cat. Everybody else is looking good, but this clown.
Joe Cool is hilarious. You gotta love him. And that laugh is contagious. But this is one disrespectful cop, huh? I mean, he's cursing. He's making unprofessional mouth gestures. I'm glad Joe called him out on that. Also, Joe Cool pointed out that the officer didn't have up any crime scene tape. With that said, I honestly don't think this was a crime scene. This was probably just the area they was looking for a suspect, and they were trying to keep people out of it. Just another lie from an officer. Remember, there are no laws to dictate what words come out of a police officer's mouth, but there seems to be a continual myth that police officers are forbidden to utter certain sentences. It's just not true, folks. They will tell you anything.
Yeah. What do you need?
I need your driver's license.
No, I'm not. I didn't commit any crimes. I didn't commit a crime.
You were flicking me off.
So that's freedom of speech, asshole.
Yeah.
That's the First Amendment. That's not against the law.
Yeah, and it's road rage right there.
That's not road rage.
Yeah, it is.
No, it isn't.
Yeah, you were getting upset.
Okay, get a supervisor then.
Yeah, you were getting upset over there.
I did get upset because you almost sideswiped me, you dumb.
Yeah, I didn't almost swipe.
You did. You cut me off.
I accelerated.
Exactly, and you almost hit me.
No.
So get a supervisor. I want a supervisor.
Are you gonna get your driver's license out for me?
I will when you get a supervisor out here.
I'm not getting a supervisor.
Yes, you will, because your driving was what instigated this.
No, it's not.
Yes, it was.
Accelerated over for you.
Nope.
You just gonna put your family in danger over here for you?
You put my family in danger when you almost sideswiped me.
No, I didn't.
What's your name and badge number?
I don't need to give it to you.
Okay. Then I don't have to give you mine.
Okay. You want to step out and tell me what you were saying over there?
What was I doing?
Yeah, you were over there flicking me off.
That's freedom of speech.
Yeah, but you want to do it in front of my face?
So?
You want to step out of the car and do that?
No, fuck you. I'm not stepping out of nowhere.
Yeah,
get your supervisor.
That's why.
Fuck you. You're the you can't even give me your goddamn badge number or your ID.
You want to step out?
What? And if I do, I'm not going to. Where's your badge number and your name? I said I want your badge number, asshole.
It comes out. Hey, calm down. Calm down.
Yeah, you want to start cursing on your front of your phone?
So, you stupid ass little punk.
When a law enforcement officer stops a vehicle, it should be for legitimate reasons related to public safety or potential violations of traffic laws. Stopping the vehicle solely because the driver expressed a gesture like the middle finger is not a valid or professional reason. It's considered a violation of the driver's First Amendment rights to free speech and expression. Law enforcement officers have the duty to uphold the law and protect citizens' rights, not use their authority to retaliate against individuals expressing their opinions, even if it's the bird. Such actions can lead to legal consequences, including lawsuits against the officer and the department, and further damage the public's trust in law enforcement. In essence, this clip displays unprofessional law enforcement because it reflects a misuse of power and failure to respect citizens' constitutional rights, which officers are sworn to uphold and protect. Professional law enforcement means adhering to the law and treating all individuals with respect, regardless of their free speech or expressions.
Can you get your name and badge number?
For what?
You're stepping on private property here.
Can you just take your hand out of your pocket there? I would appreciate that. Thank you. I got called on you because you said you're stealing doors off these houses.
Do you suspect me of stealing doors?
Listen, man, I'm just coming here because we were called that you stealing doors off this house. They said it's abandoned. They said you're over here stealing doors. Are you stealing doors off this house?
I'm not stealing doors.
Okay. What is your purpose to be on this property?
Changing the locks.
Okay. That is no problem.
Okay.
Do you have ID on you?
I do have ID.
Can I see it, please?
No, you can't.
I cannot see it. Okay, you want to go this route. Do you work for a company?
Yes, I do.
Okay. Who is the company
I mean, does it matter?
I have to prove that you have right to be here.
You suspect me of breaking the law?
It's an abandoned house, correct?
It's vacant.
Okay. Who owns the house?
Mortgage company?
The mortgage company. Who sent you over here to fix the house? If that's what you're doing.
That's confidential. My clients are my business.
Okay. How do I know that you're not stealing the doors and that you're fixing the doors?
Well, call the lady right there, investigate with her, ask her what she saw, and then come back to me. And
That's who called. Well, somebody over here called, said that you're stealing.
Well, the lady next door.
Okay. That's who called?
I suspect. I don't know.
Why, did she say something to you?
Yeah, she was out here yelling and screaming. I told her, call the police.
What was she yelling and screaming about?
that she didn't want me to change the locks. I told her I told you what I'm doing. I'm changing the locks.
Okay.
Let me open this up here.
Go for Donald. He says he's here changing the locks. He won't provide ID. He won't tell us the name of this company. He wants to know the reason for the stop and all that. He's recording and wants to do all that good stuff. It don't even gotta go that far.
I'm protecting my rights.
I know, my man, but it don't even gotta go that far. That's it. All I'm asking for is ID. Just help me explain like a little bit more. Like, what company are we working for? Like, who sent you over here? That's it.
Are you detaining me? Let me just go that route. Are you detaining me? So this way I know what's going on.
No, it's a vacant house. Let me go over here and talk. Is this your car, this black Tahoe, or the van? The van.
No, don't nobody own it. They moved out. Daughter, they got it fixed for them. Okay, nobody touched it. And I guess she's trying to go.
I was stealing that door too, huh? I was stealing that door too, huh?
I don't know, are you?
I'm here working, so I'm gonna leave it at that.
Oh, okay.
So
I don't know why you're trying to make it so difficult.
it's not difficult. I'm protecting my rights. You want to violate my rights?
What is violating your rights? You're at an abandoned house. I don't know if you're taking the door. I don't know if you're fixing the door.
I told you what I was doing.
Okay. And I was just supposed to take your word for that, right?
I'm not up to no good.
I don't know.
You're taking her word for it.
What am I doing? Taking her word for it?
I mean, you're obviously asking me so many questions.
Yeah. Because
So
I get called here on someone taking doors off. That's why I come here. Okay.
all right. Do you see any doors off?
That's why I'm here. That's why I'm here talking to you.
You investigate the door. All doors are there.
So we're trying to figure out why you are here.
It doesn't matter.
It doesn't matter that you're on.
It doesn't matter. Are you?
It's a vacant house. It's a vacant house, correct?
Are you upholding?
Okay. It's
Listen,
a vacant house.
you're law enforcement, right? You uphold the Constitution, right? First Amendment, Fourth Amendment, Fifth Amendment.
So you're not gonna provide on that?
I'm not going to provide ID. Absolutely not. I didn't break the law. Now, if I broke the law, are you asking for ID? Are you demanding ID under threat of arrest? Something like that?
No, I wanted your
Okay.
ID. I wanted your ID, so then we can call the accessor's office, find out who owns this, and see if you're.
You can still call the assessor's office, do the investigation, call the assessor's office. You have the address. Call them.
I need to know who you are so I can make sure that you're allowed to be here.
What would the assessor tell you? Assessor doesn't know what's going on.
They'll tell me the owner of the house.
Okay. And then what?
And then I contact the owner.
Okay.
And then
then do that. Do your investigation. Come back. Right. I'll be here.
So then he'll be like, yeah, I gave permission to blah, blah, blah to be here, but I don't know who you are.
Well, if they gave someone permission to be here, then it doesn't matter.
But how do I know that's you?
It doesn't matter. All right. I'm gonna continue working. So you guys do your investigation. Okay. Well, people, we'll see how this works out. Don't ever let the police violate your rights.
You may want to head over to Coon Life's channel because there's 4 parts to this interaction, and I could not show you the whole interaction from beginning to end because it's just too long. But as we've seen here in this clip, knowing your rights will act as a safeguard against the law enforcement officer accusing you of a crime. Being knowledgeable about your rights allows you to communicate effectively, enables you to insert yourself and ask relevant questions and make informed decisions while staying within the boundaries of the law. And that's exactly what Coon Life displayed during this clip. He knew he was there to do a job and was not going to assist them in investigating the crime against himself. Once you give law enforcement an inch, they'll try to take a mile. So it's best to stand on your rights and don't fall into their traps. General knowledge of your rights is beneficial and will set a trend towards positive change in law enforcement. Once these cops realize everyone is learning their rights and using them effectively, things will eventually have to change. So let's make sure we all do our part in this journey of switching things over. Let's continue.
How can I help you, sir?
Are you the one that put the note on the door?
I don't answer questions. How can I help you?
You just asked me a question, so I'm trying to tell you how you can help me. Are you
Well,
the one that put the note on the door?
That's a question I'm not answering.
Okay. Well, they live there. They
Okay.
got stuff there.
And we told them they can have it anytime they want.
That note is not official.
What note?
The note that was posted on their door.
What does it say?
Trespass note, or the eviction notice. That's not official. In order to trespass them or evict them from the home, you have to go through the Polk County Sheriff's Office. This is the landlord over here?
No,
Hello,
you're talking to me right here, sir. Hey, Dad, go inside. He is not the landlord. He's not the landlord, sir. Who's the landlord? I am the power of attorney on this property, so he's been informed that he's not the landlord. I don't need him harassing my father. Hey, just close the door, Dad. Hey, Dad, go inside and close the door. Close the door. He's not the landlord. Are you hard of hearing? You're trespassing on our property. I told you 16 times now he's not the landlord. Are you hard of hearing, sir?
No, I'm not hard of hearing.
What didn't you understand? Where am I losing you? Officer Yates, why don't you advise them to pay their rent or leave?
We're trying to get information from them.
Is this where you threaten me?
We can't.
Well, I'm trying to talk to you specifically.
Stop hollering.
I'm trying to talk to you two and you won't listen.
Stop hollering because we can't hear them.
I'm trying to talk to you and him. I'm trying to talk to you.
Once we're done.
Okay. How long is that going to take?
As long as you need, okay?
Yeah, I hear you're cop-splaining. I'm not going to be here much longer, sir.
Okay.
How can I help you? You say you want to talk to me?
No, you're good. You go home.
I can go home? All right, so you're dismissed. Thank you. Oh, the pause. The pause. The.
I'm dismissed?
You are dismissed, yes.
Okay, thank you.
You're,
I don't have to have your permission, just so you know.
you're dismissed, sir. Have a nice day.
Okay, but I'm going to stay right here.
That's fine. You're still dismissed. All right, see you. For what? You're dismissed. Man, you guys can't hear. You're dismissed, I said. Have a good day.
So you may want to know, can you legally kick an officer off your property? Yes, unless the law enforcement officer has a valid legal reason to be on your property. The 4th Amendment to the United States Constitution gives you the right to privacy. An officer has no legal right or authority to invade upon your privacy without your consent or warrant. So yes, you can legally tell that officer to get off your property.
They got no reason to pull us over.
Hey, is there a problem?
Yeah, this deputy told you I already explained it to you. You got your license, registration, proof of insurance.
What'd you pull us over for?
Hey, bud, I got a question. Are you the one that said losers out the window as you drove by?
I don't answer questions.
Okay, yeah, that was definitely you. And that is loud and boisterous conduct upon a public roadway. That's public disorderly conduct.
Here's my license.
So that's what you pulled us over for, is you thought you heard somebody say something?
Why don't you ask that one over there? Mister, I don't answer questions.
Hey, listen here, you idiot. You work for us. You're a public servant. You're supposed to be professional, not me. I don't have a code of conduct to go by. You do.
Okay.
Name and badge number?
We don't have badge numbers, bud.
Yeah, that's a lie. What's your name and badge number?
We don't have badge numbers. But would you like my computer number?
Why did he give me a number and you can't?
Because he gave you his computer number, bud. It's 1402.
You need to calm down. You need to calm down and go learn about some professionalism.
Okay.
You're going to hear from my lawyer.
I can't wait.
This is an illegal stop. You have to witness a traffic violation or suspect us of a crime.
Yeah, I was going to say, would you like to hear the traffic violation?
Yes, actually, I would.
Yeah, because we wasn't speeding. We don't have any lights out. Didn't do anything wrong. This is a retaliatory stop for something that you thought you heard.
No, by the way, lights are required 1 hour before dusk. Just FYI.
Oh, yeah, I can't wait. This is going to be great. Why don't you get your supervisor over here?
I'm not required to. You can ask for one.
Well, I'm asking for one. That's what I just did.
Okay, yeah, you can ask for one.
Yeah, I'm asking for a supervisor. Matter of fact, get Lieutenant Cawthorn out here.
619-220 on the grounds. Yeah, who?
Lieutenant Cawthorn.
I don't work for Lieutenant Cawthorn.
Yes, you do. You work for the sheriff's office. He is your supervisor. Get him out here.
He's not my supervisor.
Okay. You're going to learn soon.
Okay.
So are you not going to get a supervisor out here?
Yeah, it's all up to date. I just am a little frazzle-dazzled. There.
Or you're not getting a supervisor out here?
I'm not.
Okay, cool. Brooks.
Okay. Will you do me a favor? You just step out of the vehicle so I can explain this to you?
No. Can you not explain
You
to
gotta get out. If he has to get out of the car, you get out.
really? And explain what?
No court, no con. I just want to speak to you.
Can you
Don't answer any questions. Yeah, I want to be present with the conversation.
I need him to be present for me. Will you come talk to me here?
Are you going?
I would like.
I would like to explain the citation that I'm issuing to you, not him. So if you do me a favor, you step out here. So I stopped you for 2 reasons.
Okay.
First reason is when you came on the 28, you didn't signal 100 feet prior to turning on the 28. Your liquor has to be initiated before 100 feet before you turn on the 28. So I pulled you over for that. And when he's hanging out of the window, those can be misconstrued as arm signals, otherwise known as turn signals. When he's holding the bird out, if somebody else construes that as you turning and you don't turn, somebody pulls out in front of you and hits you.
Okay.
Is that fair?
No, I don't agree with it, but I see where you're coming from.
This is going in as a contact only. There's no court. There's no fine.
Okay.
Do you have any questions?
No.
Here's all of your information back.
Thank you.
Here's a warning.
Thank you.
Drive safe.
All right. Oh, can he get your card?
We don't have cards.
Yeah, write your information down. Hey.
Just please just.
You're not going to.
Write your information down on your information, your contact information.
Okay. I don't have.
You're a public servant. Write your information down.
Would you like to go obtain a copy of the general orders at the sheriff's office? I'm not required to give you.
I don't have to do anything. You work for me. I don't work for you.
Get it recorded right there.
Okay.
Wait to see it on YouTube. Have a good day, bud.
Do you have a card, bud?
I do not. We're not issuing cards to the sheriff's office.
Can you write your name and information down? I appreciate you not being hostile. I don't appreciate that.
My name is on the citation.
Okay.
If you have any issues, you can call. And that call for service number that's assigned to this stop will have this number attached.
Thanks.
Wow, this deputy easily let his ego take over this encounter. It's crucial for law enforcement officers to not let their personal feelings or ego interfere with the proper execution of their job. This officer's actions were pure retaliation. Retaliating against individuals for expressing their opinions is not a lawful response. Law enforcement officers are bound by the law and the Constitution, and they should not abuse their authority or use it for personal vendettas. Officers' retaliation can lead to legal consequences and damage the reputation of both the officer and the police department if they're not already. De-escalation should be a key component of modern policing. Officers' training should focus on diffusing tense situations and minimize confrontations. Letting ego drive their actions can escalate conflicts and make situations much more dangerous for everyone involved. If an officer's actions are found to be driven by ego or retaliation rather than a legitimate law enforcement purpose, they should face mandatory disciplinary action and legal consequences. I'm sure that will put a stop to clips like we just saw here. Let's continue.
What's your name, sir? And badge number?
My name's Lipsy, badge number 11.
Thank you, sir.
Can I see your ID, please?
Do you suspect me of committing a crime?
I didn't suspect you of anything. You're
Are you-
on our property.
are you
I
detaining
want to
me?
See your ID.
Am I not allowed to walk here? Sir, I'm not trying to cause trouble. I'm just exercising my
780
right.
Any unit. I need some backup over here, please.
Just exercising my right as an American, sir. Am I being detained? Yes or no, sir? Am I being detained or am I free to go?
$781. Are you available?
Am I being detained or am I free to go? Sir, I'd like to go about my day. Okay, I'm going to go about my day since I'm not being detained. Have a nice day, sir. Try to be polite, nice, and just exercise my rights. Have a good day, sir.
Yes, sir. Are you available? Sir, do you have an ID?
I'm just trying to take a walk. Am I being detained?
Do you have an ID on
Am I being detained?
You're not being detained, sir.
Thank
I'm
you.
asking you for your ID.
And I refuse. I don't have to, sir.
I'm in
Unless
the
I'm
field
being
over here,
unless I'm being accused of a
on
crime.
MCC property
You think there's
off
about ready
Mockingbird.
to be a crime committed? Do you think there's about ready to be a crime committed? Then have a nice day, sir. I'm just trying to enjoy a nice walk. Thank you.
Excuse me, sir. I asked you politely for your ID.
And I refuse, sir. I don't have to give it to you. Texas state law. Please look it up. If you don't want me being here and this is your property, I'm walking right off the property, sir. As far as I knew, this was public property. It's not posted anywhere, no trespassing. So have a nice day, sir. I wasn't aware of anything. I'm doing anything wrong. Hello, ma'am. Am I being detained?
Are you being detained?
Yes, is there-
Pull over here. I'm going to talk with this officer and find out what's going on.
Are you the supervisor, ma'am?
I am Officer Walter.
What's your badge number?
Our chief of police is on his way. If you will wait right here while I get the information.
Am I being detained or
of why you are here? Okay, hold on just a second.
just taking a walk, ma'am?
MCC Police Department. That's okay. Thank you for calling. Bye-bye.
Ma'am, I just don't trust police. I don't like to talk to them.
Well, I'm sorry. If you'll just hang on just a second, I've got to get some information.
If there's a reason I'm being detained, I need to know about it.
If you will give me just 1 minute, okay? If you will just hold on.
Ma'am, I've already given this gentleman a minute, and he said that I'm on the property, so I'm just trying to
I
exit.
just got here. I've been here like 30 seconds, okay? Hold on just a second.
Ma'am, am I suspected of committing a crime? Do you think there's a crime about ready to be committed?
Hold on, sir. I don't.
Ma'am, that's just
hold on
just
a
Texas law.
second. If you just hold on just a second. Okay, sir. I'm sorry for keeping you. You can be on your way. The officer here was just asking if you were okay, and you're walking back through the woods and everything, so you're not being detained. You're free to go. Okay. I'm
Ma'am,
Melinda Walter.
I don't trust police, and I've never had a good experience with them. That's why I'm like this.
I'm sorry.
I don't like my rights being stepped on, and you, sir, cannot detain somebody and ask for ID unless you suspect a crime of being committed. Suspect me of committing a crime.
Here, people trespassing.
Like I said, there's nothing posted anywhere. I'm just trying to take a walk.
Okay. That's
Which,
fine. You're
as
free
an
to
American
go.
citizen, it's my right to do that.
You're free to go, sir. Okay? Thank you.
Have a great day, ma'am.
You too. Appreciate it.
This individual is not an auditor, but he found himself in an unfortunate situation that he was prepared for. An informed citizen on their rights is essential for upholding the law of the land which is the Constitution of the United States of America. Knowing your rights contributes to a society where individuals who don't know their rights are aiding and abetting these cops to violate everyone they come into contact with. As you notice, neither of the two officers wanted to say he was being detained. That's because there's such a thing as an unlawful detainment, which cops will prohibit your freedom for no lawful reason. So if you don't know how to use the term, am I being detained? You need to learn it. Because if you don't, you will most likely detain yourself and assist them in investigating you. And that makes no sense at all, right? So don't be that person that gives the police the false impression that they can do things they lawfully cannot. So learn your rights and hold them accountable. And make sure you film every interaction. Let's continue.
Okay, what were you taking pictures for, sir?
Because I feel like it, and if I'm not being detained, you don't get to tell me what to do and when to do it. And how
Okay,
to
sir,
do it.
at this point, you're on the property right now and you're not giving me ID and you're acting a little bit suspicious, so you're detained.
Okay.
So does that change anything for you?
Yeah, I guess I'll watch where my hands go.
Okay.
But let me
please
turn
keep
my
your hands-
camera on.
Please, by all means. My camera's on and I'm recording our entire contact, okay?
Okay, gotcha.
So you're more than welcome to. Gentlemen, this is an individual who's just taking pictures around the police building. The lieutenant
The guy who
talked to
walked
him,
up on me
and
for
I'm not
taking
sure
pictures.
What information he gave you?
Morning. Nothing.
Okay. So at the end of the day, I'm asking you if you could identify yourself because you're on the police department property and you're taking pictures into our building. So at the end of the day, I'm just asking for your ID and I'm going to send you on your way. But I'd like to know who you are. And I'd like to know what your business is at the police department. That's all.
I get what you're saying, but I didn't take any pictures into the building.
My lieutenant said you were taking pictures.
And not into the building.
Well,
I'm not even close to the building. I'm not even close to the building.
You
now.
know what? Don't play the game. You know, you don't want to identify yourself. And
Can you
we
please give me
deal
your
with a lot of this.
identification?
Okay? And we know you're taking pictures in here, maybe getting intel. You don't want to give us your name because that's part of the game, right? You know how this works. So it's obvious. It's obvious. So what's your end game? What do you need today? You want to finish taking pictures in here? Is that what it is?
Well, I told you when you came and talked to me, I said I'm just gonna take a couple pictures and I'm gonna be out of here. And now we got all this. And I don't understand it.
Post this online so you know how well you're being treated.
Which one am I talking to here?
Both of us.
Her or you?
Both of us. I'd
Okay.
like your identification. He's asking you what you're doing here. Can I please see your identification?
Negative.
Can you tell me your name?
Negative. And what am I being detained for?
Like I said, sir, you're acting suspicious on a police department property.
Taking pictures is acting
pictures. My
suspicious?
lieutenant said you're
Taking pictures is acting suspicious? Is taking picture, answer the question, is taking pictures acting suspicious? You're a public servant, I'm a private citizen, you answer when I ask. Do you know 148G, California Penal Code? Do you know that penal code? Specifically states that a public member taking pictures in a public area cannot be deemed suspicious. Get away from me.
What I'm going to say to you is...
No directives, back to work. Am I still being detained or not? And you're a lieutenant and you don't know this?
Sir.
And you even said, hey, you're doing an audit and we know the game, blah, blah, blah. Why are you not all gone already? Why? Answer it. Bye. No, not at the end of the day. No directives. No, you just detained me. Now I'm free to leave? Now I'm free to leave? What was I detained for?
Sir, you were acting suspicious. My lieutenant told me you were
Taking pictures is not acting suspicious. Go look at the penal code. You can't detain somebody for pictures. You don't know that as a lieutenant? You don't know 148G? Are you kidding me?
I am glad you are so well educated.
I'm glad your 6 weeks in the academy made you a lawyer.
What brought you here today? That's all. I want to know what brought you here today. What can we help you with today?
At this point, you guys should just go back to work.
Which we are planning on
Because
doing.
you already look bad. And what are these guys doing?
Hey, sir, can you not walk over? Just
I can walk over there. I can walk wherever I want. You just said I'm not being detained, so I'm just checking everything out. How's it going? Good. Check it out in here.
Hey, sir, that's...
Excuse me, you're getting very close. We have COVID.
Are you trying to get in that vehicle?
I'm on the whole other side of the door. How would I be trying to get to the vehicle? I'm taking pictures inside the vehicle.
It seems like you're trying to get into the vehicle.
Why are you more than 6 feet from me? Look, now I'm straight surrounded. I didn't walk up to you. I was trying to walk up. I got it on camera, bud. You walked in front of me. I walked around you and you walked closer than me. You're closer than 6 feet. Back up. I'm on the other side of the door. How am I getting in the car? It's all good. Don't touch me. That's what you can do. Don't touch me. You back up. Don't touch me. That's what you can do. You guys have already ruined the situation. I'm telling you to go back to work. There's nothing you can do. Go back to work. Yes, see you later. Bye. Dismiss. Negative. I'm not leaving. I got detained. We're getting arguments. We're getting fluff. Now you guys are surrounding me. She's touching me. This guy won't let me come take pictures like I wanted to. You guys are more than 6 feet. Dude, I have it on camera. I have it on camera, you tyrant. You were right here. When I walked over, you walked over this way. Don't touch me. I can get as close to you. I can get as close to you as I want. What are you going to do? What are you going to do, you psycho? My hand was not near your gun. I'm talking. We all have it on camera. You're going to yell at me like a freaking psycho? You have a firearm. You have 5 officers around you. Man up. Man up. Act like a man. Huh? Why are you even in that uniform? You're a lieutenant. When she detained me, you should have said, hey, we don't have reasonable suspicion. You didn't say that, right? You let it go in hopes to what? Get my identification. Did you get it? Did you get it? Did you get it? You didn't get it. It's great to me. Bye. Bye. See you guys later. Go back to work. There was nothing you could have ever done for me. Go back to work. Later, babe. Love you. You're dismissed. See you later. You guys are dismissed. Bye-bye.
Wow. We just saw a mess at work there. But you heard Bay Area say 148.G. So that is a California penal code that states photographing or recording law enforcement does not constitute resisting or obstructing a police officer as long as the officer is in a public place or the person with the camera has the right to be there. That's awesome. I wish every state would make a specific penal code stating something just like this. Even though we have the First Amendment, it would make it a lot easier for the officers to recognize a state penal code, and hopefully that'll slow down on the violations of First Amendment rights filming in public.
But that's going to do it for this video. Much love to these awesome creators. Again, make sure you use the links in the description to go check out their channels and show them some love. And if you're not already, make sure you subscribe to my channel so you won't miss the next episode.